All right, good morning, guys. We're going to be walking through on this video how to get started on PictoChart, specifically how to begin designing your infographic. So I'll show you how to add text boxes, how to add images, design your layout, but then also how to download your infographic so that you can submit it on Canvas. So I'm just going to head on over to Google, and I already have this tab up, and I just typed in PictoChart, right? Like you can see it in the search bar. And so it's going to be the first option that pops up. So we're going to go ahead and give it a click. And then this is the screen you're going to see. So I already have a login, but when you choose to sign up, you can sign up using your Google account. So it already told me I have an account. That's going to be normal if you've used this before. Otherwise, you're just going to use your school email. So when I'm ready to start a new project, I'm going to head over to the left side of my screen. You can follow my mouse. It says Create New. So then underneath that, it has options. I can create a new infographic, I can create a new presentation, poster, reports, flyers, and so on. So obviously, we're going to go ahead and choose infographics since that is the focus of our project at the moment. And if you're an extremely creative person, maybe you go ahead and start with a blank. Okay. I personally don't recommend that simply because if you choose something that already has a template or a layout, it's sometimes easier to begin putting your infographic together. Sometimes starting from scratch, you spend so much time designing it that the other information kind of gets put aside. So you can kind of go through, scroll until you find, I don't know, a design that sticks out to you. I'm gonna just go ahead, keep scrolling. None of these look too interesting to me. And let's just go ahead, we'll use this one. Okay, so when I found one that I like, I'm gonna go ahead and click Use Template. Now, everything on this template I can change. So if I don't like the colors, if I don't like the font or the pictures, all of that is up to me to rework. And obviously, we're going to want to delete a lot of what it's saying on here because we're not creating a marketing newsletter. We're creating an infographic on a project that we have for a history class. So just to kind of walk you through how this site works. Okay. First of all, anything that you need to do is going to be on the left hand side. So I'm just going to walk through some of these tabs so that you know where to find the information. So at the very top, it says graphics. So here is where I can choose to insert shapes, icons, lines, photos, or photo frames. So if I wanted to add in a new circle, because that's what I want to use to put my title in, I can simply click that and it pastes it right onto the infographic. From here, I can maneuver it, drag it. If I don't like it, I can hit my backspace and get rid of it. Okay. Same thing goes with lines, and then of course, photos. So I'll get to showing you how to upload a photo in just a moment. Right now, I want to focus on walking you through this left-hand sidebar. So we have our graphics. Then you can click on design components. So maybe this is where you decide that you want to add a timeline, or you want to add a list, or even a comparisons box. These are going to be pre-made formats that when you click on them, you can paste them right into your infographic. So these are really fantastic, especially for the goals that we're trying to accomplish on our poster. Then the next button is going to be uploads. This is where if you do have any images, you can upload them from your computer. They have to be saved. Okay, they have to be saved. They have to be ready to go. This isn't something that you can copy and paste in. But when I'm ready, I'm just going to click Browse Images, and it'll allow me to go through my Google Drive where I can choose, say, I want to add this photo. And you can see over in the side, it's uploading, and now that photo is available for me. Okay. When I get that photo, I can go ahead and I can drag it on over. And because there's already an image there, it already wants me to add it in. So now I've got my photo added onto my infographic. Okay. I apologize for the clicking noises, guys. All right. So let's keep moving down. You can change the background of your poster. So if you want to get extremely creative, maybe I decide that this is a better background. I would definitely recommend staying away from really wild backgrounds, things with many patterns, or even things that don't necessarily match with what you're trying to present. Something like this background, for example, it's not super appropriate having a background of different hearts. You can kind of see it behind there, or a background of polka dots. Doesn't make too much sense with the topics that we're handling. So be smart about the backgrounds that you choose. On the next bar, we have text. So if I'm ready to add a text box, I have two options. First, there are already text boxes on your infographic, so you can double click on those to begin typing and changing what you want. If I decide that when I get into my infographic, I want to delete everything and then I want to add in my own text box, I'm just going to come over here to the side and I can choose title, subtitle, and multiple different sizes. So if I just click on subtitle 3, it's going to add that box in for me. And then I can see up at the top that I have all of my normal text options. So I can highlight my text by double clicking, and I can change the font. So if I wanted it to be, oh, let's see here, I wanted to be something fancy like that, right? So I can change the font, I can change the size of the font that I'm working with, I can center it, all of the normal things that you guys would typically do when changing font. And then I can drag that to be wherever it is that I want it on the poster. If you want to get more fancy, they do have other text options that you can choose from to add in. This really depends on how creative you decide that you want to be. And then, of course, if we keep moving down, you can choose a color scheme. To be honest, this isn't a necessary task. So it's there for you if you feel creative, but it's not necessarily something that you have to do. And so this is kind of the walkthrough, the really quick walkthrough of how I might begin putting my infographic together. Now remember, you can refer to our example as to what it should look like, how you should be putting your information in there, and maybe what kind of information you should be including. Now, the next big thing that you are going to have to worry about is how do I get this from my infographic on PictoChart to submitting it on Canvas? And so this is the next part I'm going to walk you guys through. If you take a look up at this top right-hand bar, we have a lot of different options. First, we have save. It does automatically save as you work, but I would highly recommend every couple of minutes still clicking the save button so that you're absolutely sure the work that you're putting in is being saved, that it's going to be there if you get pulled away or if the tab accidentally exits, okay? When you are thinking you might be done, you can click preview. You can see what your newsletter is going to look like. And then when you think you are finally done, you feel really comfortable with the design of it, with the information, you have spell checked, you have fact checked, you have all of the components that are necessary, then what you are going to do is you are going to click download. Now, there are certain things that you can do on download that require you to have a premium account. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to utilize those because I too do not have a premium account. And so you're just going to choose the file format as PNG, which basically means it's going to save it as a picture. Okay. Now, if I were you, I would click medium quality, right? That's the highest we can go at the moment. And then I'm going to go ahead and click download as PNG. And this is just going to take a moment. Perfect. And now we can see right here at the bottom, it has downloaded. I'm going to click Show in Folder. And here it is. So I've got Untitled Infographic sitting right there. So I know it's saved as a picture. Now I'm going to head over to our Canvas page. And we are going to go through how to submit this on Canvas. So this is obviously our homepage. I want you to head over to our modules. And then I want you to go over to our social changes project and click on social changes infographic project, submit here. When you're ready to submit, just like any of our other assignments, you're going to click Submit Assignment. And from here, I can choose my Google Drive, and then it will download my Google Drive. It'll show me my folder where I can go in, I can choose my picture, and I'm submitting my picture. And so this is it. This is how we walk through infographics. This is how I want you to be submitting it on Canvas. If you guys do have any difficulty, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'm definitely happy to assist, or if it really comes down to it and you absolutely cannot figure out how to get this into Canvas, I can even accept an email submission. But please, for the sake of grading, try to submit it on Canvas as best you can. If you have any questions, please reach out.